mentally well, you're mentally ill. Facts. Just the same as if you're not physically well, you're physically ill. But society has taught us that when you are physically ill, you got a headache. Somebody, I need an Advil, a Tylenol, a Motrin, or something. I'm gonna lay down, put a towel on my eyes, and take a nap. I'm gonna do something about it. If I have a toothache, I'm going to go to the dentist. I need you to pull it, feel it, do something, because I don't want it no more. And if I feel so bad and my body hurts so bad, I'm going to go to the hospital and I need you to hook me up to everything. I want all of it because I want you to figure out what's going on with me. But if you wake up in the morning and you're so depressed that you ain't got the energy to pull yourself out of bed, either you going to talk crap about you or somebody else going to talk crap about you. Look at them, they don't want nothing, they ain't trying to do nothing with themselves, they ain't getting the stuff done, they ain't taking care of this, look at them, they ain't even got their hair done. Well, sis, maybe I ain't got the energy to get it done. Or if you got anxiety, and when you walk into a place, it's too much going on and you overstimulated, and so you get to snapping off at people because it's too much happening. People gonna be like, what's wrong with them? Why they acting like that? They always got an attitude. No, maybe I'm just having a hard time. Or if you've ever been in a situation where you've ever been traumatized, if there's ever been points in your life where you haven't felt physically and or emotionally safe, and so when somebody be like, hey, you want to go, your first words are, who gonna be there? Or you looking and you can't even really be comfortable in what's happening because you're too busy worrying about what has happened or what will happen that you can't even enjoy what's happening until it's already passed and you're looking at the pictures and you wasn't even really in the room mentally to be there. So my whole thing is, I created something called Chaos. Chaos is K-H-A-O-S, and it stands for Keep Healing and Overcoming Struggles, and we're going to talk about it today. Because it's no shame. I always say no judgment, because who are we to judge anybody just because they struggle differently than we do? We all struggle. Everybody got a story to tell. Everybody got a room in their house or they got a box in their house that they don't want nobody to get into, because if you get into it, you're going to look at it different. Just being 100. So there's no shame. We're all human. I say regular K-I-C-H-A-O-S is when you can't help acting out severely. And I know we've all had them moments. Something happened and you be like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have called him. Probably shouldn't even went up over there. Maybe I shouldn't have responded to that email. And that's just being real. So today we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about the importance of you. Because not only am I a therapist, I'm a business owner. I have a nonprofit, which is Chaos, and I have a for-profit, which is my therapy company, A&A Inspirations. I walked away from my job in November of 2012, and thank God I haven't had to walk back. I worked for myself. And with the help of people like Natika, because when I walked away, I am a social worker. I don't know nothing about business. I was like, I got bubble gum tape and glue. We could make it happen. That's all I got, and passion. That's it. That's all I got. But along the way, I realized, and we'll talk about the different trauma responses. When a person has been traumatized, or they've been under a high amount of toxic and or traumatic stress, they have the ability to do a compilation of them all, depending on what the situation is. But fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Your fighters. Your fighters are your people where at some point in your life something happened to you when you either had to or you couldn't fight physically and or emotionally. And so now you got in your mind that ain't gonna happen to me again. Ain't nobody gonna make me feel like that again. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me crazy again. And so that means that you always what they call hypervigilant. You always wait. What you say to me? What? So you always wait. But you're emotional, irrational, and impulsive because you see things, as I say, through stained glass windows. You know the stained glass windows. You can see to the other side, but it ain't clear. And so sometimes you create problems where there aren't problems because you are looking at things based off of what you know, and the people you dealing with ain't got that information. Now I know what you're talking about. Why you mad, man? I just asked you what was going on with you today. And then you got your fears. Your friends are your people where at some point in your life something happened to you, and when it happened to you, you was like, I ain't dealing with this. Because if I sit down, if I stop, I don't know what's going to happen, so I ain't. And so these are my people that smoke it away, drink it away, sex it away, eat it away, sleep it away, exercise it away, be in everybody else's business but not their own. Telling everybody, you know, you need to do this for yourself, but then your house on fire across the street, ain't called nobody. People need to come, they ain't there. Your people that are avoiding. And then you got your freezers. And you have your freezers, and your freezers are your people that's on autopilot. At some point in your life, something happened to you. And you had to go through it, but mentally you disconnected. And so because of that, you are physically present in life, but mentally you somewhere else. Have situations ever happened, somebody talk to you about somewhere that you was, and they be like, you remember this? And you like, no, I wasn't there. And they be like, yeah, you were. It's because you disconnected. I say you on autopilot, waking up just to go to sleep. Years go by and you wake up and be like, I don't even know how I got in this relationship. I don't even like you. Oh, how did this happen? Just real talk. And your last one is the farmer. And if I'm right, I'm in a room with a bunch of farmers because my name is Candace and I'm a recovering farmer. Your farmers are your people where at some point in your life something happened to you and you realize the people that were supposed to have you, they didn't have you. And so you made the decision that you wasn't gonna let nobody be in a position for you not to make it. So now you're I'll do it, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it, I got it, I'll get it together, I'll go pick them up, I'll go do this, and I'll go do that. Because you don't want nobody to ever be in control of what happens to you. You don't want to ask him. But then also what happens is, the people that you care about, you hold those people close. And so without trying to, you teach those people how to use you because you don't want them to feel how you feel, so you start doing everything for them. Am I talking to anybody? And then you end up burning the candle at both ends of the stick. Yeah, those are farmers. Usually those that are in service professions are people that are serving because they know what it feels like not to be served. So today we're going to talk about it. Because some relationships may have to end, some patterns may have to change, because we don't like who we have to be to maintain them. And we have to give ourselves permission for that to be absolutely okay. All right? We ready? So today, we are going to let you know what chaos is. So chaos is the mindset that I created to help individuals learn how to assess, address, and reduce the impact of toxic and traumatic stress in your life. Because one of the things that is a stigma is mental health. And so oftentimes we don't want to deal with that. And you think about it, I say it all the time. We was taught how to drive, learned how to tie our shoes, people taught us how to read, write, and everything else. Ain't nobody taught us about how to deal with our feelings and emotions. We just out here winging it, just thugging it out. Be like, I'm all right. Whose scale are you holding me to? You are not all right. Why you just curse the lady at the grocery store? You ain't all right. And even if you be like, well, it was in the name of Jesus, don't you put that on God. Don't you, he said you do that. But we just out here reacting because we're overwhelmed. So I created the chaos mindset, and we have 5 pillars: psychoeducation, mindfulness, emotional regulation, distress tolerance, and interpersonal communication. And so, today we're going to focus on the psychoeducation and the mindfulness. And so you ask, what are we doing? We're going to talk about the mindset, compassion, fatigue, and we're going to talk about what it looks like for you. Because at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, you created your organizations, or you were with your organizations because there was a need. Sometimes there was a tragedy that happened, sometimes there was a sickness, there was something that happened. And so you created it. But sometimes you're so busy serving that you forget to take care of the number one person, and that's you. The relationship that you build with yourself is the most important relationship that you're gonna build. Because if you don't know how to treat you, how you gonna teach other people how to treat you? Just being real. And you don't deserve to just take whatever people give you. That ain't fair to you. So, I'm gonna do a check-in with y'all. See if I need your phone. I want us to do every morning, so we're gonna talk about it, but for myself, I am 5 years divorced, 4 years divorced, 5 years separated. And when I went through my divorce, I was in a relationship for 17 years, married for 13. And so what happened is my divorce was final in December of 2019. I moved me and my kids about 45 miles away from where we lived in February of 2020, and then COVID hit in March of 2020. And so I'm a freezer. I went into freeze. I shut down emotionally. I ain't had time to read a divorce. I ain't had time to read nothing. I ain't had time to company. I'm like, I go see and talk to folks. What am I supposed to do now? I had to take both my companies virtual because mama's a single parent now. And if I don't work, we don't eat. Now that's the issue. And then I had to deal with the kids and everything else. I shut down emotionally. And then I just kept moving. I made sure everybody else was cool, put the kids in counsel, everybody else was good. But I wasn't until one day I was sitting crisscross applesauce on my bed and I had gained 45 pounds because I kept having 7-Eleven DoorDash them chocolate covered peanuts to my house. And I was just eating them bugs and I had gained 45 pounds. And I'm a therapist and I'm sitting there and I said, Candace, you depressed. So I had to do something about it. So I started moving with intention, attention, and paying attention to my attitude. We're going to talk about that. But the first thing is intention. Before I get out of my bed in the morning time, I got an Alexa in my house. When I open my eyes, first thing I do is I move my body around and be like, okay, Lord, thank you. Everything is still moving. Not the whole thing. Now let's try to get up. But after that, I take a minute and I meditate. And so I play India Ari radio. And so I'm going to play I Am Light, and I take a minute and I just breathe through the whole song. 7-1-7. You breathe in 7, you hold it 1, and let it out 7. Because before my feet hit the ground, I need to make sure that I got my mind in a place where I'm ready to receive whatever it is that's going to happen. So I want you guys to take some time, close your eyes, and just breathe. 7-1-7. Make sure when you breathe, you put your belly out, you hold it, and you deflate. Okay? It's like smelling the flowers and blowing out the candles. All right? All right, you guys, open your eyes. How many of y'all was that hard to do? It was hard to keep your eyes closed. You was like, I can't do it. I need to do something. I need to check my phone. I need to do something. Something is happening. I need to do it. It's 24 hours in a day. You should be able to give yourself, that was 3 minutes and 46 seconds. Think about how much time you give to everybody else. Make some time for you. Before you hop out of your bed in the morning and start getting ready to give to everybody else, make some time for you. It's absolutely okay for you to give time to yourself, okay? So we're gonna move on. So let's talk about what is mental wellness. Mental wellness is a state of well-being in which an individual has the ability to do what they can do within their own abilities. You're not trying to figure out what everybody else can do. It's yours. People say stay in your own lane. I say stay in your car, roll your windows up, and turn your radio off. That's what I say. So therefore, you want to focus on you. You're not comparing yourself to nobody else. I saw a meme on Facebook one day, and I thought it was dope. They say the gift that God gave you, the call was for you. It wasn't a conference call. That's that. So that means because it wasn't a conference call, just because of what you're doing don't look like what somebody else doing, don't mean you're doing it wrong. Be confident in the gift that God gave you. Don't try to be like everybody else. Can cope with the normal stresses of life and can work productively and fruitfully. Very important. The normal stresses of life. I have a short story I like to tell. When I first started doing this, I had a little girl that came to me. She was 21 years old. She was 21? Yeah, she was 21. And she had grew up in an abusive household. Her and her mother were it was just a really just toxic situation. Baby girl got pregnant when she was a teenager. As soon as she was able to move out of her house, got a little apartment, got her a little, buy her, pay her car, had her little job working in White Castles, if you're familiar with White Castles. And so, if you're familiar with White Castles and it's throwback, you know, sometimes if you're from the days of your life where you might to go party, you might know that White Castles may be where you go to soak some stuff up before you go home and go to bed, for those of us that know that. And so the little girl was working a night shift, and this lady came through the drive-thru when she was drunk. The lady ordered a salad, number 2 double cheeseburger with cheese on everything. Well, if you've ever worked a drive-thru, you know that the person that's taking the orders usually is the one that's in the back making the food. The lady comes to the front, the girl takes the woman's money, she gives her her food, she still has to drink, she hasn't given the woman her drink yet. And the lady looks in her bag and she immediately started cursing the girl out. You stupid B-I-T-C-H. You didn't put this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Because the young lady had never acknowledged the trauma that she experienced with the emotional abuse she went through with her mama and the verbal abuse, she was triggered. She reached out of the drive-thru window into the woman's car, snatched the food, threw the lady's drink on her, dumped the cup, and threw her food back at her. So, I get a call. I'm 9 a.m. Hello? Miss Candace. I said, what's wrong, baby? I lost my job. I said, baby, what happened? She told me, you doggone right you lost your job. You can't be throwing number 2s in the car and people. What's wrong with you? You can't do that. And so when I understood why she did it, but it doesn't matter why. In a lot of situations, you react the way that you react. It's that you did. And so she had to be accountable for the poor decision that she made. And so here it is. Let me show you how if you don't deal with your trauma will deal with you. She lived in a low-income apartment. She was like 21. So therefore, as soon when she lost her job on an off week. So that means the next check that she got wasn't a full check. So, and it was also the first. So she had a choice. Do I pay my rent or do I pay my car note? Because she had to pay her car, so she had to pay the car note every 2 weeks. She made the decision, I'm going to pay my car note because I need a car. So therefore, next 2 weeks, you passed 10 days late. Now they started the eviction process on you. They ain't trying to hear what you got to say. And you got to pay your car note again. So she done hustled a little bit and got a little money, but she couldn't pay a full car note. She was able to pay a little bit on it. But guess what? Another 2 weeks. And now, 6 weeks because of one decision that she made. She lost her house, her car, and her job. And guess where she ended up? Back at her mama's house. See how fast it happens? The last one is, has the ability to make contributions to the community. This is the big one. Because most of us in here, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, most of us in here, we is filling up other people's cups with what we got inside, but when we need what's in our cup and we tip it over, it ain't nothing in it but dust. Or we got a hole in our cup. Just like they say on the airplane, secure you first before you secure everybody else. It's not fair to you to work so hard to build organizations. It's not fair to you for you to work so hard to make such an impact in the community, and then you mess around and have a heart attack, or you stroke out and end up with a brain aneurysm because the level of stress that you were under is so high, and you just kept moving. Somebody in this world got to choose you. Let it be you. Don't wait for other people to get it together for you. That's not fair to you. And so, because I was the person that was helping other people and not helping myself, that's why I decided. I figured out, I was like, regular chaos when you can't get back and down severity. That's what it is. But then I said, you know what? Life is going to happen to us until the day that we take our last breath. It's going to happen. But it doesn't mean that it has to stop. We all have the ability to create a new normal as we keep healing and overcoming struggles. So I came up with this, the chaos mindset, and it's a phrase. The phrase is, next slide. The phrase is, to live a life of chaos, you must be willing to break free from your barriers, get raw with your issues, reset your mind, and be patient with you. But it's a little further. Because everything that you see in red is an acronym. Because I believe with acronyms, you can get a lot of information from something small. Today, we're going to focus on two of the skills, which are reset and free. But I'm going to tell you what all of them mean. Free stands for forgive, release, embrace, and elevate. Raw stands for realize, admit, and work through. Reset stands for remember every situation encourages thought. And patience stands for pause and think. Inhale, exhale, now talk or now tap out. And never meditation, that's my favorite skill because oftentimes I have to decide, Candace, do you need to be in this situation or do you need to go and tap out? Sis? Sometimes I need to tap on out. Hit the finger, just walk on out. This ain't for me, I can't do it. But sometimes you gotta check yourself before you check other people. But oftentimes we so busy trying to check everybody else that we don't look in first. Look in first, then look out. Because you may be the problem. So what I want to do, we're going to do an exercise. I want everybody to get up. And I want you to find somebody that you don't know. It might be easy because y'all might not all know each other. But if you came here with that person, don't you partner up with them. Don't you do it. So find somebody. And we're going to just take a couple of minutes and we're going to answer these questions. But I'm going to give you time because we're going to switch after each question. So, wait, I know y'all just ate. Y'all got the itis. Y'all like, oh, I don't want to get up. No, I know. And so I only want you to answer one question, and then I'm going to switch you again. So the first question that you're talking to each other about is, this year, and I don't mean from January to August, I mean from August to August, this year has taught me this about myself. What have you learned about you in the last 12 months? Talk about it. switch out.
Okay, all right, guys, thank you.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all like 30 more seconds. Okay, if you can hear my voice, clap one time. If you can hear my voice, clap 2 times. If you can hear my voice, clap 3 times. Okay, find somebody else, switch. I'm not gonna give them that. Okay, if you can hear my voice, clap 1 time. If you can hear my voice, clap 2 times. Okay, so this question that you guys are going to talk to each other about is a high about my nonprofit journey is. So I do something called highs and lows. Highs are what are the good things, lows are the bad. So talk to each other about the good things that have happened within your nonprofit journey. Go for it. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys about 30 more seconds to wrap up your thought. Okay, if you can hear my voice, clap 1 time. If you can hear my voice, clap 2 times. If you can hear my voice, clap 3 times. Okay, last switch, find somebody else. And don't go to somebody you already talked to. It gotta be somebody new. I'm gonna give y'all a question when I see everybody got somebody. Okay, you can hear my voice clap one time. You can hear my voice clap 2 times. All right. Me one more time. Okay. The last question. Something I struggle with is, and so I want y'all to talk to each other about it. What's something you struggle with? I don't care if it's with your nonprofit. I don't care if you got a teenager and you love them but you don't like them. Okay, I'm sorry, that's my story. I don't care, you know, whatever it is. What's something that you struggle with? Talk about it. Give y'all about 30 more seconds. Okay, if you can hear my voice clap 1 time. If you can hear my voice clap 2 times. If you can hear my voice clap 3 times. Okay, y'all can go back to y'all seats. So I want you to raise your hand if you learned something about yourself while you was talking. Yeah. And so I love to do this exercise because I think that it's very important for you to understand. One, I need to reflect and look on what had happened to me. Because we be so busy living life in play that we forget to rewind and pause sometimes and reflect. And if you don't know what you've been through, you can't prevent going through it again because you can't even know what you made to look for. You sometimes don't even know what you learned. Or sometimes you don't have the time to assess the emotional casualties that happen to you as a result of the things that you endure. Then I ask, what the highs? Because maybe if I would have asked that struggle question first, I would have been running out. If I would have said the lows, but I want you to be able to take some time to celebrate you. And I don't only celebrate you, but celebrate you with others. I saw people hugging. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody talking about their crown. Let's go. Sometimes you need to hear that. Be your own cheerleader, but let others cheer for you too. It's okay. And then I asked what you struggle with. Because most of the time we suffer in silos. And we think we the only ones going through what we going through. We think that don't nobody else understand. Or we think that everybody else, because we all live behind these filters now. We think that everybody else is good, and we the only ones that's going through something, so we want to keep it mum's the word. Let's air it out. Air it out. And I'm sure you heard, oh dang, I ain't the only one going through something. Or you might talk to somebody like, dang, I went through that too. I'm dealing with that too. Validation and confirmation is important. It goes a long way. It goes a really, really long way. So now, since we done got some stuff out, I want to talk to y'all about compassion fatigue. Compassion fatigue is also known as vicarious traumatization. It is a response to an accumulation of exposure to the pain of others. How many of y'all are working with people that are going through pain, whether physically, socially, financially, in some way they are dealing with some type of pain? Some way, form, or fashion. And after a while, it gets to weighing on you. It gets hard. And so, it's when you disconnected from having feelings or compassion or empathy for those who have endured traumatic events. You ever get the people that you help and get on your nerves because they ain't taking the help that you giving them, and now you got an attitude with them? Well, I gotta fight you to help you, because if I had the skills, I'd be all right. I wouldn't be here. It's facts. It's facts. It differs from burnout, but it can occur at the same time. You can be burned out and have compassion fatigue at the same time. You just have a quit your job type of day. You just want to go and be like Britney Spears. I'm about to shave my head and I'm about to go sing it to a million. That's what's going to happen. It's going to happen. Don't ask for it. And compassion fatigue has a more rapid onset, while burnout emerges over time. So you can wake up one day and you was passionate about something, and the next day you ain't got no desire to do it no more. And you trying to figure it out. When I was going through what I was going through, wasn't nothing new coming out of me. 2019, I'm sitting. I got my staff all around me. We at the boardroom. I'm sitting at the front of the table. Got my staff, got the board, we all in there, we talking. I looked at them, and I said, y'all know what? And they're like, what's up? I ain't got nothing to give, I'm not all right. I told them, I said, I am not okay. I said, I need to let y'all know this, that I'm not okay. Because that means that every last one of y'all, I picked you. You're here because you're a chaos kid too. And so that means that I'm gonna need y'all to hold me in this, because I ain't got nothing else to give. I ain't got nothing new. Nothing new came out of me between 2019 and 2021, almost 2022. Nothing new came out of me. Nothing. Nothing. I was grieving. And one of the things that we have to understand is that we have to give ourselves permission to grieve. Because you don't just grieve the death of people. You grieve the loss of that grant I didn't get. You grieve the loss of that program that I had that went under. You grieve the loss of that funding that we didn't get renewed. You grieve the loss of that staff member that left, and that was your right-hand man. Now what am I supposed to do without you? You grieve the loss of the dreams that never came to pass. So you also have to give yourself permission to grieve the loss of the things, as well as grieving the loss of the people. And so let's talk about what does compassion fatigue look like. So, Q, I did a put a finger down challenge on TikTok. It went viral. This lady was like, this is the worst put a finger down challenge ever. And so I asked, so I want you to ask yourself, do you deal with anger or cynicism? Are you negative about stuff? Are you just mad? Don't even know why you're mad, you're just mad. You deal with hypervigilance. You always worrying about what's gonna come next. You always waiting for the other shoe to fall. Something good happened, you can't even be happy in the moment because you're trying to prepare for what's gonna go wrong. I know it's gonna go wrong. I know this ain't gonna happen. I know that ain't gonna happen. Anxiousness. You always nervous. You always worried. Stomach unease. Having a hard time eating. Inability to embrace complexity. That was mine. Wasn't nothing new coming out of me. Something new that you gotta do. You gotta do this application. Sam got good. We're gonna talk about that. I hate all the steps you gotta go through. People like it's not hard. No, but it's boring and tedious. I don't do it. It's facts. You have a hard time with following the directions. Avoidance. You have a hard time, so you just don't do it. Your email, you got 713 unread emails. Real talk. Inability to listen. People have a hard time communicating with you. Or you just letting folks, or you hurrying up, you want folks to hurry up and say what they gotta say so you can get to what you gotta get to. You ain't listening to understand. Chronic exhaustion. Are you tired? No matter how much you sleep, you're still sleeping. You was in the bed for 12 hours, you ain't nothing. Lady, you laid through a whole doggone series on Netflix. They asked you, were you still there? Yes, I'm still here. I can't go to sleep. This is still happening. Yes. Go on, start it. Loss of creativity. Again, ain't nothing new coming out of you. You used to be it. You used to be the person. The ideas used to be coming out of you. And now nothing. Nothing. Disconnection. You're on autopilot. You just going with the flow, just going with the motions. Poor boundaries. You and everybody else's business but not your own. Are you forcing yourself in spaces? Or are you putting yourself in situations that aren't even your situations? And then get mad about it because that happens all the time. Fear. Are you just always scared? You're scared this ain't gonna happen. You're scared that's gonna happen. You're just scared. Poor self-care. You ain't taking care of you. You ain't going for walks like you used to. You ain't eating like you supposed to. You're not getting to sleep like you supposed to. You used to go get your nails done. You always kept your beard together at the barber shop. The type of things ain't happening no more. Guilt. Do you know something ain't right with you when you feel guilty about it? Sleeplessness. Are you not sleeping at night? When you lay down, you got 750 million things going on in your head and you can't cut your brain off, so you can't go to sleep. Hopelessness. Do you feel like it ain't never gonna get better? And no matter how hard I keep on working, no matter how much I keep on trying, this ain't never gonna work. That's how it looks and how it feels. You can if you want to, you don't have to. But raise your hand if you identify with anything up there. I want you to look around. You ain't by yourself. All that means is, I always like to say, it ain't nothing wrong with you. But it's quite a possibility there are some things that have happened to you along your journey, and it's changed you, and the way that you interact with yourself and the world around you. So I need you to come on back and connect to you. So let's talk about it. You can be, yep, I got it. Now what do I do about it? I say be mindful. This is where I came with it. Intention, attention, and attitude. And so when we talk about it, when we talk about intention, yep, I almost feel it. When we talk about intention, doing things on purpose and in the present moment, it's all right for you to question yourself. Because sometimes we're so busy doing what we've always done that we don't even make time to learn nothing new. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I doing this? Because most of the time, we creatures of habit. We operate 90% from our subconscious brain and 10% from our conscious brain. That means that 90% of the things that you do are based off of things that have already happened. Ain't that crazy? And so that means that they call it neurotransmitters, the way that our brain it transmutes. So therefore, you have to rewire those. You have to unlearn the things that you thought were right and replace them with new ways of doing things. And the only way that you can do that is you gotta challenge it. Why am I doing this? It's okay for you to ask yourself questions about you. Attention. Focusing on the here and now. Most of us are so busy living in yesterday or so busy living in what the fear of what will happen tomorrow that I said earlier that we're not even able to be in now. Most of the time, what we dealing with and what we tripping off of, it ain't even got nothing to do with what's happening in the present moment. It ain't got nothing to do with it. So focus on the here and now, and then I need you to also ask yourself, who and what am I giving my attention to? Because it might be a strong possibility that you might need to change up the people and the places. I say it. Some relationships and some patterns may have to end or change because you don't like who you have to be to maintain them. If you keep meeting with so-and-so, and every time you meet with so-and-so, you come out, your heart all beating all fast, you're all mad, you're in your feelings, you're snapping off at Tracy ain't did nothing to you. If that is happening, I need you to figure out why you keep on going back there. Why are you hurting yourself on purpose? Ask yourself, how many places and spaces and people do I give my time, talent, and treasure to, and they disrupt my peace? I talk about it all the time with chaos. I talk about toxic loyalty. Toxic loyalty is when you are loyal to people just because of the role that they have played or that they play in your life. Everybody doesn't get to grow with you, and it's absolutely okay. We all on this train in life. And it's absolutely okay for you to allow people to get off once they reach their stop as you continue on your destination. But sometimes we hurt ourselves on purpose because we being so loyal and we trying to drag people with us. Stop trying to drag people that don't want to go. Or they're not ready to go. Or they ain't got the capacity to go. That's okay. The last one is attitude. Focus on the things that you're intentional about and the things that you give your attention to, and look at how that impacts your attitude. If it impacts you in a negative way, I need you to make some adjustments. Don't just be in a bad space every day and go back to it. Why is that for you? Gotta think about it. Why is it okay? And so that's where reset comes in, and we're going to talk about it in a second. Reset is one of our skills. It stands for remember every situation, encourages thought. You always have a choice. You may be stuck between two choices that you don't want to make, but you always have a choice. Society has taught us, because they teach us to live in this scarcity and victim mentality, that society teaches us to be victims, and we are not victims in our lives, we are victorious. And so we have to understand that. And we have to move that way. We are solution makers. That's who we are. I tell people all the time, stop looking at why, and look at what, how, what happened, how did it impact me, and what am I going to do about it? We solution focused around here. And also, understand that you have to learn how to look at things from a non-judgmental lens with patience and the ability to let go. We hurt our own feelings on an everyday basis because we get mad at people because we expect us out of them. We get mad. No. See them for who and what they are. I say patterns don't lie, people do. Pay attention to patterns and not what people tell you. Because people tell y'all, hey, I'm not going to do that again. Something happened. They do it all over again. You be like, why did you do it? Well, because they didn't replace it with nothing, man. That's it. But non-judgmental, because everybody got a story to tell. So if that's where you are, then that's where you are, but it's absolutely okay for me to leave you there. One thing I told my ex-husband when we got divorced, I told him, I said, sir, I'm going to love you forever, but I'm no longer interested in the level of life that you have to offer me and my children. Facts. That's it. So sometimes you have to see them for who they are. Accept them for who they are. But then you have to decide what you want to do with them. Because once you know how people move, whether it's in business or in life, and you keep on enduring it, it ain't on them, it's on you. They already showed you, you the one keep making the choice to try to change it. You can't change other people. You can only change yourself, the level of access you give people to you, and how you respond to what they do. That's all you get. And so understand that you can get through this. But you gotta change up how you're doing things, y'all. You can't keep working from that scarcity mentality. You can't keep working from that superhero mentality. Because even Superman had to be Clark Kent every once in a while. So I need you to understand, give yourself permission to take the cape off. Give yourself permission to be human because we all are. No shame. And especially the word strong, I'm so tired of that word because think about it, when you hear the word strong, you think about it, you think about like boulders, and you think about like things that can hold things that you can put a lot of stuff on. I don't want to be strong no more. Don't you call me strong. Call me resilient. Don't call me strong. Because when you say that I'm strong, then that makes people think that you can endure more. No. Be resilient. Give yourself permission to feel your way through it because you're human. It's okay. And so now we're going to talk about, I said it before I knew it. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay, y'all. But see, when that phrase took and caught fire, back in 2020, that's when people was in the house with folks that they realized that I live with you and I don't even like you. Yeah. And so that's when people started really talking about mental health, and I was like, ain't this nothing? I've been shouting this since 2015, but it's okay, we're gonna listen now. Okay, it's fine. Because I say mental wellness is dope. It's done on purpose every day. And so understand that if it hurts, it's okay to say it hurts, y'all. It's okay. It's okay to say, I'm not okay. It's okay for you to say that. Give your pain a voice and you don't have to hide it. So I say break free. Forgive, release, embrace, and elevate. So let's talk about what break free stands for. When we get to free, before you even think to start forgiving other people, I need you to forgive yourself. Because oftentimes we give other people more grace than we give us. I need you to forgive you. I need you to forgive you for missing the deadline. I need you to forgive you for not knowing. I need you to forgive you for snapping off at Earl, and Earl didn't do nothing, so Earl quit. Now you gotta replace Earl. I need you to forgive yourself for that. I need you to forgive yourself for the behaviors that you had while you were trying your best to survive the storms that you were going through. You was just trying to survive. Or you may now just be trying to survive. Give yourself grace. Because they always say, you know better, you do better. Because many people have been exposed to better, but it don't mean that I learned better. So that means that I've been exposed to better, but I don't know better because I didn't learn better, so I can't do better. So give yourself grace and forgive you. And I'll take it outside of work. Forgive yourself for the people that you hurt while you were surviving. Forgive yourself for hurting you. Forgive yourself for the opportunities that's been missed and the relationships that's been sabotaged, the kids that you have broken because you were broken. I need you to forgive yourself. Okay? Give yourself grace. And then I need you to forgive other people. Because just like you need forgiveness, they do too. Broken people break people down, whether it's on purpose or by accident. I broke you because I was broken too. But forgiveness does not mean that you gotta run through the flower garden and sing kumbaya holding hands. There's a whole lot of people I forgive that I don't fool with. That's absolutely okay. Because forgiveness is when you get to a point where the person or the situation no longer negatively impacts you. Forgiveness is when you have peace. Give yourself peace and stop waiting for other people to give it to you and stop allowing other people to steal it from you. It's yours. Take it back. Stop letting them rent space in your head for free. What I always say, yesterday's price ain't today's price. Facts. And then I need you to release. I need you to release yourself from the negative thoughts and patterns that hold you emotionally hostage. What are you saying to you about you? What are you saying to you about your situations? What are you saying to you? Because what you tell yourself is your truth. Even if it ain't the truth, it's your truth and it's what you operate off of. And a lot of us are living in what they call cognitive distortions. Again, looking at life through stained glass windows. Minimizing stuff, catastrophizing stuff, all this stuff. You told yourself all this stuff in your head. Don't nobody else living there with you. But then you acting it all out. Everybody supposed to know that is a one man or woman play you got going on in there. What nobody else invited? They don't know. They didn't have spirit. Release yourself from unrealistic expectations. Not only do you need to see others for who and what they are, but you also have to see yourself for who and what you are. Be real with you about you. Don't lie to you about you. Because how many times somebody be like, how you doing? And you be like, I'm good. You a lying truth ain't in you. You ain't good at all. You not. You one misstep away from flipping a whole table on this bad. This is right. Everybody go. It's bad. It's your truth. Be honest with you. Because can't nobody know what's going on with you if you don't tell you. And closed mouths never get fed. True, everybody don't deserve your story, but there are people who do. And there are people, as I tell every client that I work with, and as I train every therapist that I train, we are not the experts. You are. You know yourself better than anybody else will ever know you. But it's absolutely okay for you to go to somebody to help you walk through the darkness until you're ready to come out into the light. It's okay. If you'll go to a dentist for your teeth, if you'll go to an eye doctor for your eyes, it's absolutely okay for you to go see a therapist to help you get your mind right. You can't know what you don't know until you know it. The first E is embrace. I need you to learn how to embrace your stories for what they were, what they are, what they can be, with love and compassion, and not anger, frustration, hostility, and guilt. This one right here is really hard because we live in shame. You are ashamed so often. But you know what? What happened to you, you can't go back. All you can do is look at how it's impacting you today, and then figure out what you want to do with it going forward. That's all you got. And sometimes you gotta hear without the apologies that you feel like you deserve. And so I always say, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm sorry that it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. I'm sorry that they left you when you felt like they shouldn't have. I'm sorry because they put you in positions where you had to make decisions that you ain't necessarily proud of. I'm sorry. But you don't live at 123 yesterday Ave no more. I'm gonna need you to come and stay at 224 present place so that you can build yourself up, so that you can go to tomorrow future Ave, okay? So I need you to go ahead and forgive you, release it, and then I need you to embrace it, own your story so that can't nobody else use it against you. And then the last E is elevate. That goes back to change your mind and change your life. When you look at situations that's going on with your business, with your family, whatever it is, it ain't why, it's what. What happened, how is it impacting me, and what am I going to do about it? That's how you look at it. Change the game. So let's talk about it. Here's some things that you can do. Be kind to yourself. Self-talk is real. And if I ask some people what was the last nice thing you said to you about you, it might be crickets. Might be crickets, but I bet you can remember when you was like, dang, that was stupid. Ooh, that was dumb. I shouldn't have done that. You can remember the negative things you say to you. Gas yourself up so you always on full and you ain't gotta wait for nobody else to put gas in you. Be kind to you. Figure out what are the things that you used to do. What did you used to like to do? Spend time with yourself. Read a book. Go take a walk. Go exercise. Sleep. It's okay to sleep. Because I know sometimes we sleep, we feel guilty when we just relax because we feel like it's something else that we should be doing. Go back. If ever you think and you wonder about what are the things that you should do for self-care, look at a baby. A baby will do whatever they need to do when they need to do it. I'm going to eat when I need to eat. I'm going to sleep when I need to sleep. I'm going to play when I need to play. I'm going to fuss when I need to fuss. They take up the space for them. Go back, because that's what you came here with. The world just started to teach you that you didn't have as much value as you actually do. Tap back in. Journal your thoughts. Write them down. Keep a journal. Whether it's a digital journal, it's a virtual journal, it's an audio journal. When I'm driving, I just be driving and I just push a button and just get talking. Because you don't know, when you just go and let it out, that's a release for you. While you all were talking to each other, did anybody feel better after they finished talking? Get it out. Stop holding it in. Stress can kill you. You have physiological and psychological responses to stress. There's something they call somatic. They're somatic. Somatic are your physical manifestations of stress. If your blood pressure high, you can't get it down. If you have headaches and you don't know where they're coming from. You got body aches and don't know where they're coming from. Your brain is racing and you don't know why. Why is my back hurting? Because I should be fine. Doctor telling you got high cholesterol. I'm not sleeping at night. All these things, when you go to your doctor and your doctor tell you that you're okay, you know what? You're physically fine, but you are stressed. You're stressed. And your brain doesn't know what to do with it, so it sends it out to other parts of the body because stress goes back to emotions. Emotions are nothing but energy, and energy is not destroyed, so it has to go somewhere. Get it out. Next. Don't face it alone. I'm so proud of y'all. I saw some of y'all, it hurt. It took to the second question for y'all to get up because y'all was like, I'm not doing this, no new friends. I saw y'all, I was watching. But by the third question, everybody was up and moving around. I'm proud of y'all. You got a voice, use it. Don't face it alone. Force yourself to interact with others. Talk to people. Tell your staff, your family, your friends, spiritual advisor, somebody. Now, like I said earlier, everybody don't deserve your story, but find the ones that do, the safe ones, and you share your story with them. And if it's been going on for too long, go seek professional help. If it's been going on for too long, that means you ain't got the tools and you ain't got the resources within your network to help you. So therefore, you need to go outside of your network, and it's absolutely okay. Seek positive influences. Stay away from the negative Nate and the negative Nancy. Sorry. Stay away from the negative people. Stay away from the folks that all they do is complain. It's one thing to vent, but if that's all you're doing, that is nothing but a place that's toxic soil and nothing good will grow there. You gotta stop going to an empty well when you're thirsty and expecting it to quench your thirst. You're gonna stay thirsty. And so let's talk about self-care real quick, about to wrap it up. The definition of self-care is any action that you use to improve your health and well-being. It's about taking care of your health so that you're prepared to be the best you can be for yourself and those you work with. And so there are 6 pillars of self-care. Physical, psychological, emotional, spiritual, social, and professional. Physically, what am I doing? How am I keeping my body moving? What am I putting into my body? What am I doing with it? Am I eating well? Am I sleeping? Am I taking care of it? Am I exercising? Am I keeping it moving? Psychological. How am I processing things? What's going on? What's happening inside of my mind? Emotional. How are things impacting me? What are honestly, the emotional casualties that you endure? Spiritual. What am I connected to that's bigger than me? I don't care who you serve. I don't care what you believe in. But it's something bigger than you. Social. Who am I connected to? friends, family, what do I do? If all you do is go home and sit there, I'm gonna need you to get out a little bit. Or at least invite somebody over so they can sit there with you. Don't just do it all by yourself. Like life is about connections. We are meant to connect to each other. We are meant. Professional. This is big. Professional self-care is self-care that's related to your work life. That includes practicing self-care while at work and adopting self-care practices that lead to a healthy work-life balance. It's meant to reduce overall stress regarding your career. Examples of professional self-care. Some of these gonna sting, y'all gonna be like, I can't, yes you can. Take short breaks at work, especially if you sit at the desk most of the time. So if you always sit down, take short breaks. Sit up, walk around, do something. Go walk and go talk to somebody else. Just don't sit all day. Get stiff. Enjoy your lunch break. Don't eat at your desk and keep working. Stop and eat. Take your time. And then, if you can, step away. Go somewhere. Do something else. Don't stay in that same space. That's not fair to you. Here we go. And this is the one that y'all gonna tell me that y'all can't do. This is it, because I know, because I used to say I can't do it. Leave work at work when you go home. Because most of y'all, if anybody is like me, because I am a founder and CEO, I got folders in my car, I got folders at my house. I think it's a manila folder on my bed, because my bed I only sleep with half of the day, so the other half is stuff over there, computer, laptop, stuff. Even if you say, okay, I gotta do this when I get to the house, give yourself a cutoff time and cut off. You gotta disconnect to the world around you and connect to you, okay? Because I need you to think about it. If something happens to me and I go down, what happens to everything else? I need you to think about it that way. Take vacation days and sick days. If you sick, you sick. Amen. Stop working. If you want to take a vacation, take a vacation. That means that if you, for those of us that are working jobs and we got nonprofits on the side, or however it is, take off. You should not be somewhere with your feet in the sand still working on that RFP. No. Delegate. It is absolutely okay to delegate. I look at y'all now, some of y'all avoid my eyes. Oh, you. Learn to say no. You cannot help everybody. Everybody is not your assignment. Everybody is not your responsibility. Learn to say no and be at peace with it. Form supportive relationships with like-minded individuals. Check. I did that. In here, other people. Form relationships with people. Build your village. When people come to me for family counseling, I tell them real quick, and sometimes people get mad. I'll be like, look, you can't choose your relatives, but you can't choose who you call family. Build your family. That's it. So build your family in this business world, in this nonprofit world. Build it. If you're feeling bored, sometimes it happens. Seek out new challenges and projects or areas of professional development. Seek out new ways to connect. If you feel like ain't nothing new coming out of you, go connect yourself to something else and see what happens. It may spark something new. And the last one is to be patient with yourself and with others. Because just as you're struggling, they may be struggling too. Yeah. And so, what does it look like for you? Make a list of the things that you like to do that feed your heart, your body, your mind, your soul, and practice them. Don't y'all be in here today and y'all make this doggone list and then that list be down at the bottom of your purse and you find it in the back of this folder next year when you be cleaning out your car. Y'all actually practice them. Be intentional about it. Plan time for yourself every day. I don't care if it's going to sit on Starbucks parking lot, listen to your favorite song, drinking you a mocha latte. Take some time for you. You give to everybody else. Give to you. Be aware of the things you tell yourself about you and your interactions throughout the day. Be mindful, because you could be emotionally abusing and verbally abusing yourself and don't even recognize it. Keep a gratitude journal. Write down the good stuff. That's why I asked y'all what was going good. Write down the good stuff, because when you have those quit your job type of days, shut this organization down type of days, go back and look and be like, this is what happened on this day. This is why I did this. Remind yourself. Ask for help when you need it. Ask for help when you need it. Somebody has done what you're trying to do or something close to it before. Ask for help. The only bad questions are the ones that are never asked because they can't get answered. People don't live inside of your head. And this is my favorite one. Learn to laugh and learn from your mistakes. I say no failures, y'all. No failures. No. No losses. It's only lessons and leveling up. That's how I want you to look at things. Whenever something doesn't work out the way I want it to, I'll be like, God said no. That's it. His plan is better for me than mine, so I may have wanted this, but if something else out there, God said no. Alright. And so I'm going to give you guys this activity, and it's for you all to do on your own at home. And so we're going to go back, and can you go back to the slide that has the six? Wait a minute, y'all got the whole project. Yeah. You got to. So what I want you to do is, this is called emotional inventory, and I do one every 3 months, so every quarter I do one. And so get you a piece of paper, make 6 lines, and write out each one. And in each column, I want you to write where you actually are, and then I want you to flip the page, make the columns, and write where you want to be. Because you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you're at and where you've been. I do that every 3 months because it helps you be accountable for who you are. And then tell yourself what's one thing that you intentionally are going to do daily to improve yourself and improve your mindset. Be on top of it. Again, intention, attention, attitude. And let's talk about language real quick. Stop saying what's wrong with me. Stop. I want you to say, what happened to me and how is it impacting me? And start asking yourself, what do I need to be the best version of me? Change up how you talk to yourself, about yourself, how you address yourself. And then once you learn this for you, I need you to put that practice in place for how you interact with others. And so, in closing, I wrote an affirmation for myself as I was going through my stuff. And I say it all the time, and then I said it one day, and they was like, you should say it all the time, so I started to share it. And so you guys have it in writing, and if you guys like the audio, it's on my social media, and you guys have access to all that at the end. But here it is. My story is my story because it makes me who I am. I'm never ashamed of what I've been through. I'm now doing the best I can. My feelings are my feelings, even when it's a burden to hold. There is nothing wrong with saying it's hard to carry the load. I reset now to remember every situation encourages thought. When I realize, admit, and work through my issues, I can get wrong. I embrace my whole truth as I break free. Forgive, release, embrace, and elevate over any dis-ease. One day at a time, no shame on the days I feel trouble. Working hard every day to keep healing and overcoming struggles. Y'all got this. Thank you. And so if you guys want my contact information, all you have to do is just run your phone, scan that QR code with your camera, and the link will come up, and then it gives you access to all of my information, email, telephone number, social media, and everything. I guess real quick, does anyone have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
You taking new clients?
So, I personally am not taking new clients, but I do have 5 therapists that are amazing. I train them myself. Yes, ma'am.
Are your books available today?
I do actually. I got some books outside of my trunk. I do. I have some. I have children's books, and I have a journal, a 30-day affirmation journal, which is to say it. And then the children's books are the Please Oh Please Be Patient for Me. I actually have 7 characters. All 7 books are written, but they're being illustrated. So 4 of them are out, which teach. Oh, look at that. So, oh, okay, all right. Okay, yeah, I got my dad's in the phone. Okay, so I guess he's gonna get these books away in prizes then. So, look, y'all close up y'all PowerPoints then. Right, because y'all can't, so. Somebody tell me what FREE stand for. I can't look at the PowerPoint.
Embrace and elevate.
Boom, who said it? Over there, okay. Which one would you like? Would you like the, we have please. So you got the please don't please be patient with me ADHD, but that's Xavier. So someone tell me what regular chaos stands for, CHAOS.
You did the first one.
So we'll start as Canes. Boom, she got it. There we go. Tika gonna decide because she do. So, what is compassion fatigue also known as?
Vicarious.
Boom, right there, she got it. Right here, she got it. That book's outside, leave it outside. Okay, somebody give me 2 symptoms of compassion fatigue.
Exhaustion and anger.
That's it. Y'all was listening. Y'all make me feel good. Okay, and so the last one is somebody tell me what reset stands for. Remember? Close.
Embraces.
Nope. What you say back there? That's it, sis. That's it. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all so much. And if you guys ever need training, professional development, you guys ever need, I have a curriculum. It's a 12-week curriculum that's for kids to teach them how to assess, address, and reduce the impact of toxic and traumatic stress. We are inside of schools. We are inside, we're partnered with the Boys and Girls Club in St. Louis. My program is actually international, it's global. I actually spoke in Tanzania, Zanzibar last year. I'm going to Brazil at the end of this month. I pray and I ask God to allow me to travel the world, hey, Lord. Travel the world sharing the chaos mindset with all who are willing to learn it. Chaos isn't just for kids, it's for adults as well, because we are all chaos kids. Life happened to all of us at some point, and we are who we are based off of what we've been through, the experiences we've had, and the people that we've come into contact with. And the only way that we can do this is that we unlearn and relearn. So if you guys ever see a place for me within your organization, once you meet me, you stuck with me till you don't want me no more, so just reach out. Thank you.
Was that good?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna